Monday edition of PFT Live. The Washington Commanders went to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. They had a great Sunday night game last year at a stadium that isn't great.
What the hell's that stadium called now?
Northwest Stadium, which makes no sense because
Northwest Stadium in the East Coast.
Yeah,
right.
The Falcons beat the Commanders in Atlanta. I can't remember the name of that stadium. Is that the Mercedes-Benz
Dome? Right.
Well, there were two Mercedes-Benz domes at one point.
Oh, because
one in New Orleans and one in Atlanta.
That's right.
But now one's
they decided to give all their money to Arthur Blank.
Yeah.
So now
the Falcons win the game 34-27. It was a big win for Michael Penix Jr., who was not good in Week 3, and they made some moves that I think were aimed at anything other than Michael Penix. The offensive coordinator goes from the booth to the field. They fired the receivers coach, even though the receivers were open. And Penix acknowledged last week, what do you need to do better? I need to throw the ball to the guys who are open because they're open.
Yeah.
So he did it yesterday. Well, it's just one game. They're better at home than they are on the road, it seems, although they did beat Minnesota in Minnesota. But, it's something to build on. They're 2-2.
Yeah.
For as bad as they've looked in the two games they lost, and specifically in the Week 3 blowout loss to the Panthers, it counts as one loss in the standings. They're 2-2. That's all that matters.
That's right. And I think the positive thing is like you just mentioned, Michael Penix came coming off the worst game of his career. Like, not even close. It was pitiful last week. People were open everywhere. He was making bad decisions. He had no control of the football. He was a different guy yesterday. That to me, I mean, he played the best game of his career. And you saw there, they got the guys going that they need to get going. When Drake London, Bijan Robinson, I still think they can feed the ball more to Bijan Robinson. The one thing I would like to see Atlanta continue to do is more play-action pass. When you got him, they're one of the lowest in football at play-action pass. That makes no sense. I'm shocked by that when I saw that, because my mind was saying that, and I told some guys to look it up, and they're like, yeah, they're towards the bottom of football. When you have that running back with that offensive line and a guy that can throw the ball down the field like that, you got to access that part of your playbook. Good job by the Falcons bouncing back. Commanders' defense is a little concerning.
Yeah, and we'll see where it goes from here because the Commanders come in with high hopes, and 2-2. There's going to be a lot of teams clustered together, and it's going to be who breaks in December, really. Who gets hot and who's figured out their issues, who's getting ahead of their other teams and self-scouting themselves, et cetera.
Right, exactly.
And then there are the teams that we know are bad. And the Titans not only lost in their return to Houston, they were the Houston Oilers until the mid-'90s. They didn't score a point. 26-0, the latest embarrassment for the Tennessee Titans. And look, credit to the Texans. They finally found their groove, but they got the perfect opportunity to do it because the Titans are just lost. And, based upon, and I have no specific information yet. I've been trying to find something out. Yeah. But usually in a situation like this, what happens is the brain trust quietly gathers. They don't say anything to anybody until it's time to implement. I've got Brian Callahan on termination watch today.
I hear you.
I think he could get fired.
He's
today.
certainly the guy at the top of the list that you feel like is going to be the first to go when this does happen.
The owner of the team, Amy Adams Strunk, has got to be beside herself. There is so much animosity and pride cooked into this Houston-Tennessee rivalry. To go back there and not score a point, after all the other stuff we've seen, you don't know the rule book. You've got a player from the Colts last week saying they weren't ready to play.
Right.
They've already taken the play calling away, and
Last
who knows
year
how that came to be.
Right.
They've lost 10 games in a row. This thing feels like it's gone off the rails, and I mean, again, I don't know what she's going to do, but based upon 25 years of doing this, I think he gets fired today. I just think he does.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. It would not shock me, and I can certainly understand them thinking it was an ugly football game. The Texans get the win, but they certainly weren't, amazing on the offensive side of the ball either. But, yeah, Tennessee Titans just have so many issues everywhere. Their offense being the biggest issue. They just can't get anything going with first pick of the draft, Cam Ward.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.